So I have said on LinkedIn and of course I would post on other social media platforms about this as well. Social media is not my friend lately because I support Trump. So anyone who supports Trump and says that on social media, you're probably seeing a lot of shadow banning and um, issues with your post or losing, followers, friends, things of that nature. That's the high tech companies that are doing their best to ensure a bid and win. I've been researching and learning a lot about politics. I never really was that interested in politics before this, um, but since I guess all the COVID stuff happened and I had a lot of questions in my mind, and I've always been a person fascinated with aliens and paranormal and metaphysical uh, ideas. So the whole conspiracy theory around the QAnon and the Trump and all of that stuff has has intrigued me, I guess. Intrigued me enough that I researched a lot, and I found out that some of the things that are going on are validated in the questioning that's happening. I posted on LinkedIn that I will not accept the results of the election. I do not accept Biden-Harris to be someone who I want to run this country, and that is okay. I have a lot of people giving me a lot of hate and telling me I have to accept it, and I'm not going to. I do not accept it. I will not accept it. I do believe that the election had a ton of fraud happening. Other elections in the past may have had fraud too. We really need to start questioning and changing the way we do things, not just in America, but throughout our whole planet. I guess that's my little rant there. But as far as accepting the election results and people telling me I have to accept their election results, I'm not going to, and you never accepted Trump. A lot of the Democrats that are out there, I mean Hillary, they're saying, well, Hillary can, she accepted it. No, she never accepted it. They tried to impeach Trump. They they pulled the Russian collusion card for years, and that investigation went on, and then they found out that nothing was actually going on, that it actually was Hunter Biden, who had the relationships in Russia. Probably, I would assume that Hillary and Biden himself had relationships in Russia. And so, don't tell me that I have to accept the election results. Don't tell me I have to accept Biden when you yourself would not accept Trump. If you are a Democrat and you're trying to push your thing on me and say, you have to accept, so suck it up, like Whoopi Goldberg said, I'm not going to suck it up. You never sucked it up. As a matter of fact, Whoopi and your Hollywood friends, you beheaded Trump and held his head up and bleeding head up. And how many death threats did he get? Who was it else? Johnny Depp said he was going to shoot the president. I mean, President Trump. Yeah. So you guys have been harassing him, death threatening him to death. And you're telling me I have to suck it up. Bullshit. You know what? You can suck it up, that I'm not going to suck it up. So get over it. I do not accept the fact that Biden is president or will be president, or Harris. I do not want them as my president, and that is the way I feel about it. If all in all they end up being in that position of power, then that is what it is, right? But that doesn't mean that I have to accept it. That doesn't mean that I have to agree with it. Now, there are things about the left party that I do like and I do agree with. I am Irish, Scottish, Nordic, and Cherokee and Shawnee. So I have a lot of Viking and Native American blood in me. So I'm very, very interested in saving our Mother Earth and taking good care of her, because we all have to live on her during this time in our lives. And I think that we should take good care of her for the future generations. I don't like borders. I think that everything should be open. Like all the countries should be open and we should be free to travel to whatever countries we want and move about however we want and live wherever we want. But I don't believe in a one world dominated government either because that poses its own problems and its own issues because you have a hierarchy system of people who want the power and who want to control the rest of the world, the rest of the population. So that's why I really started looking into politics because I voted for Obama twice. I am, in my heart, deep down, most people would consider my views and my beliefs liberal. I think, do I think that I would love to have universal income to where, we had more free time with our family. I would love for everyone to be able to have a place to live and there not never be any housing issues. I have always hated the fact that people own property because I don't believe you can own Mother Earth. So, yes, I have a lot of liberal views, but I also don't want the control and the domination that comes with the other side of the coin. I mean, if you decide to give all that power to a government controlling system, then they're the ones who are going to own you and the property and everything you do. And that is what scares me. So that is what has turned me, to a degree, partly into a major Trump supporter and a Republican. Now you can tell me I'm stupid. That's what most of the left people have been doing. You can, throw a lot of hate at me. That's what most of the left people have been doing. But in reality, I have a lot of the same ideas and I actually like a lot of those ideas. I like, improving our planet, helping our planet's climate. Um, I like having more green energy. I love the thought of all of that. But there's a flip side to that. There's a very, very dark flip side to that. And when you give your power over to a controlling source who wants to tell you what all that looks like, that's where the issue is. And that's where we're going to have problems. So think about that. If you don't like what I have to say, that's fine. You have your freedom of expression of your opinions and your views just like I do. But don't you dare tell me that I have to accept something that I will not accept.